Hello, everyone. Welcome to Anthropology 120, Biological Anthropology. This is spring term 2021, and I am the instructor for the course, Professor Chris Mercer. Welcome, everyone. All right, in this short video, I'm talking about a few things to help you get started in the class, some handy information, sort of how to get oriented and what you're going to need to be successful in the class. Well, first to recognize is that the course is sort of slotted into two different sort of student bodies. There's a Monday laboratory section and a Wednesday laboratory section, but we're all sort of in a common grounds as far as the lecture material. Now, we're slated for a face-to-face meeting or the synchronous Zoom meetings on your laboratory schedule from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Mondays and on Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Well, during the times of this extraordinary pandemic that we're going into and just the natural hecticness of everyone's life right now, I'm going to give some alternate days of or times that you can actually zoom into with me. So not only between 10 and 11, how about between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. if that works better for you? You only have to do it once. But if you can't make a 10 to 11 meeting, well, you can jump in between to a 7 to 8. And it will help for folks. I think it'll help for people who work in the daytime or who have things that just pop up and they are missing an opportunity. And I'll do that also on Wednesday, right? So there'll be two sessions on Wednesday, right? Again, the 10 to 11 as well as the 7 to 8. And additionally, it doesn't matter which section that you're in. You can go to the different Zoom meetings. Like say you're a Monday lab student and you just happen to not be able to get to it on Monday, you can go to Wednesdays, either one of the two on Wednesdays. And the same way with you Wednesday folks, right? If you're thinking I can't get to this on Wednesday, what do I do? Well, go to the Monday. It really doesn't matter to me. What does matter, as long as you're there at least once per week, and any of those four that I put forward to you for the lab, just be there once per week. And that will really help you stay abreast with all the material, current on it, and allow you to interact with me and ask really good, important questions. And also listen to the questions other students are asking, because generally when students ask questions about the material, it pertains not just to their needs or questions, but probably at least 10 to 20 of you are thinking the same sort of thing. All right. Next, talk a little bit about some of the things you're going to need for the course. Well, here's a book list for the course. I always think it's handy to sort of visually show you what you're going to need and when you're going to need it. First, let's talk about the lecture, what we're going to need for the lecture. Just one book for the lecture, and this, of course, on the syllabus. I just wanted to show you this, and that's The Story of the Human Body by Daniel Lieberman. On the syllabus, the ISBN numbers will be available if you need those. This book is relatively inexpensive. Full bore retails like 16 bucks. It's probably 2/3 of that, used on Amazon. We are not going to be utilizing this book for at least another month. You have plenty of time to get it, but don't forget about it because the time will come where you do need it and you don't want to not have it. So sometime within the next month, look for your best deal and grab one. Soft copy, e-text, rental, whatever is best for you, right? So I'll leave that up to you. For the lab on both sections, these are the books. The first one is The Story of Earth by Robert Hazen. Again, this is a relatively inexpensive book, 18 bucks. New, probably maybe 12 bucks used. We will be starting off with this book right away in the lab. So I do want you to get this as soon as you can. I would say within the next week, right? In the next week, try to get a hold of this book. I don't know what its availability on e-text is. I actually haven't looked it up, and I asked the library to do it. Maybe they posted something. I do know that I've only seen it in a hard copy, but it's probably available, in an e-version somewhere. The next book is the laboratory workbook, and this is the laboratory manual for workbook biological anthropology by Saluri. You want to look up Saluri and Agarwal. That's Katie Saluri. And you want to make sure that you get the second edition. The first edition won't work for many reasons. I was part of the reviewing team for Katie. I used to work with Catherine Saluri at DVC. This book was actually her PhD project when she was doing a doctoral at Cal, and she wanted to learn how best to teach labs. So this book was his her dissertation. But like all dissertations, the first rounds aren't very good. So the book was overhauled a few years ago, and out came the second edition, and it really was an overhaul. So you can't use the first one because the exercises will not line up with the ones you need to turn in. Okay, so make sure you don't get the first, get the second edition. This book you can get in the hard copy like this if you want. There's also an e-text version, the digital version, and that's just fine too. Because and either way, I'm going to make it as easy as possible for you to get assignments out of this book, either through a Word document or simply taking a screenshot at it, or snippet tools and sending it to me. So I want you to get whatever version you think's best for you, right? There's those of you that can do well with digital material, and those of you who need something like this, right? So this one we're going to start in about 2 weeks or so. Okay, so you've about 2 weeks before you're really going to be digging into this book. So let you know, it's coming up on you. So try to get that as soon as you possibly can. A few things about the course I wanted to talk about. Uh, to get yourself going in the course, I want you to do first is there's an introductory module, and in that module, some stuff that explains where student resources are on campus, where to go for help. I want you to look at some of these things as well as the course policies. And then importantly, there's your first assignment. And it's a meet and greet. It's a place where you can go into, or an assignment you can go into, and tell me something about yourself, what your interests are, and maybe I have a couple of questions in there about how you think about online classes. What are the biggest success and biggest failures? What are some of the problems, anxieties, things that you do or don't like about? And we'll all have the opportunity to comment on each other's posts, but I want you to post something interesting about you, right? That's our first assignment. It's worth 5 points. So this meet and greet, I want you to have this done by about Saturday. And one of the reasons I do is like we really want to have a community. I want everybody to know each other, and I want to get to know you. But I also would like to know who's solidly in the course. Many times students will sign up and they'll forget they're in a course, and they won't drop it, and their name will appear there all along throughout the course. How do you grade something like that when it's past the due date, right? So I want to make sure if you're not in the course, I can get you off the roll as fast as possible. So when you do the meet and greet assignment, it's sort of a way of me taking roll. It lets me know that you're in. If not, I'll have to go ahead and drop you. All right. Okay, so last thing I want to sort of talk about is the lecture component of the course. The lecture component is asynchronous. We're not going to have any meeting times with it, right? Everything I do are on videos like this. And the thing is that that's just because the school didn't want to put up another Zoom lecture meeting for the lecture part of the course, right? I kind of get it, I know students don't have a lot of time to spend a whole lot of time trying to orientate themselves around Zoom meetings. At the same time, I can be really helpful to you, and how I'm going to have to do this is by making myself as available as possible, right? While you're watching videos that I put out and doing some other readings, you're welcome to bring up questions that occur in the lecture material that you're reading in the lab Zooms. Okay? I think we're going to have time for that. So we're going to use those lab Zoom meetings not only for lab stuff, but also for clarifying questions that you might have in the lecture reading too. We'll kind of do it all in one, right? Now, additionally, will be the office hours that I'm going to be having, and those are going to be after each one of the Zoom meetings. Thus, on Mondays, from 11 to noon, I'll have a Zoom office hour. And on Wednesdays from 11 to noon, I'll have a Zoom office hours. I think that works well, particularly because we'll be discussing material, and those of you that are sort of not clear about it can also do an office hour with me immediately afterwards. Now, in addition, those office hours are not just going to be Zoom based. Like I may be, waiting for Zoom calls to come in, but you're welcome to call me, actually on a regular phone, just dial up, or you can text me too at any time. And how you can do that is on the home page of this site, as well as on the syllabus is my contact information. And that's really important. And I kind of want you guys to have that stuff somewhere, always so you can get a hold of me as quickly as you need. So there's a text number in there. Now, email is fine, But it's just going to be delayed. You know, I'll check it a couple times a day. But if I see a text message coming in, I'm going to get back to you right then. I'm like you guys. I guess I'm a young person at heart. I mean, I'm always watching my text messages coming in. Right? I think it's super handy. And I know when you have a question, you want to figure something out, like, it's in your head, and that's the time to actually, get it done right there. Okay. So, as far as getting a hold of me outside of my office hours, um, reliably, I'm always going to be able to take phone calls, and chat with you on text if you want, between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. in the evening, Monday through Friday. Now, weekends, maybe, if I'm around. That's it. I have kids and stuff. The weekends are super hectic and busy, and I don't do one of these. Oh, it's my time. I'm not only working today. I'm not like that. I mean, I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy working with students, and I'll tell you the truth. My kids will hear me. I'd rather work with you than my kids. I just find being a professor and and educating and doing something in this class is really fun for me. So you can try me on the weekends, right? What I want you to do, if you try to say try me at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning and I don't answer, make sure you text message me and let me know that you're trying to get a hold of me, or voice. And when I become free during the weekend, I'll give you a call so I can work on whatever questions with you that you have. Okay. So I hope you will take me up on that. I want to be as available as possible to you. All right. So as far as course policies and going through the syllabus and everything, we're going to do that on the first day of class, because I really want to discuss with you about how you're going to be graded. I think everyone's interested in that, so I can show you a clearer stairway for you to get the grade that you want to. And so far, most people that have come into the course say, I'm going to get an A. I have to get an A. Person, me and Mercer, an A and A. Okay, I can show you that stair step to that and try to help you keep you on that, right? And for those of you that just want to be, well, I can show you what to do and try to keep you on that stairway to a B, right? So we'll discuss that on the very first Zoom meeting that we have, right? And that will be on Wednesday, the 20th, okay? And remember, the Wednesday folks, is go to that one, or the Mondays if you want to join into. And then I'll be doing another one on Monday. So for those of you who just don't want to blow it off or can't do it on the first day of class, that's fine. As long as you're there next Monday, you're all good. Okay. All right. So I'll get back to you later with another video, or I will see you on the first Zoom meeting.